Hey guys, it's Andre back with another video. On this video, I wanted to go over my Eureka Atom W65 grind by weight grinder that I've owned for a little over 6 months now. I wanted to just kind of give my ownership thoughts, show you kind of my workflow with this grinder, talk about some of the pros, cons, what it's been like living with, would I recommend it? So if you want to hear about all that and more, stay tuned. Let's get into the video. So to start out this video, I figured I would talk about some of the features of the Eureka Atom W65 grinder, which is a 65mm flat hardened steel burr grinder that uses a grind by weight system, which essentially means it weighs the coffee grounds as it grinds them. So it does have a scale built into this little portafilter holder here. Comes in multiple different colors. You can get it in black like I have here. You can get it in white, red. I think you get it in chrome. Costs right around that 12 to 1300 USD dollar amount. And you can get it with this short hopper that I have here or a larger hopper if you don't have cabinets or if you're not worried about space. I got it with the short hopper because it sits under my cabinets. So I need it in order for it to fit, I need the short hopper. As far as workflow with this grinder, so basically you would set your dose amounts here on the screen. Mine's pretty simple. I just have an 18-gram dose set to one of my presets. And once I put my portafilter in, as long as there's beans in the hopper, this thing's gonna grind out about 18 grams of beans. Now, it's not always perfect. Sometimes it misses by a 10th, a 20th, or a 30th of a gram. So you might get 17.8 or you might get 17.7 or something like that. But usually it's pretty accurate. And again, it's not a huge deal for me. When it does miss a little bit, you can always grind a little more if you need to. The grinder is very quiet, which is definitely one of the biggest pros. It grinds fast and it grinds quiet. So if somebody's sleeping while you're grinding your coffee, this is a huge plus because it's not very loud. And it grinds about 2.3 to 3.8 grams a second. So for a double shot, you're looking at less than 10 seconds if you're grinding like 18 to 20 grams. The other thing that I really like about this grinder is it's very well made. It's very sturdy. It looks nice, feels nice, and it works really well. One of the main reasons I bought this grinder was because I was looking to simplify my workflow. I didn't want to do the whole single dose where you grind into a basket, you distribute it into your portafilter, you have to do a WDT. I just wanted something where I could grind right into my portafilter and do minimal puck prep and still get a clean extraction. With this grinder, it's very easy to get clean extractions with minimal workflow. I'll do a little workflow routine here with it and we'll pull a shot on my Profitec Move and you'll see kind of what that looks like. Overall, living with this grinder, really the only issue I had was dialing it in when I initially got it. It took me a little while to get my desired grind setting, but ever since then, I've been buying pretty similar roasted beans, and dialing in new beans has been very simple. Usually I just have to make a small adjustment on this dial here and very micro adjustments, and I've been getting great results with this grinder. The only other con that I could really say about this grinder is it's a little tough to clean. It gets pretty messy in this portafilter area because when you grind into it, you pull your portafilter out, sometimes the grinds fall into this fork. And without removing the fork, it's kind of hard to get in the crevices, but again, it's a pretty minor complaint. Grinders are going to be dirty. There's going to be coffee grinds in any grinder. So overall, other than the dialing in process and the cleaning, it's been a very easy grinder to live with. It's made my life a lot easier. Less headache, less puck prep, really nice quality grinds that I'll be showing you in this video. So overall, Eureka Atom W65 gets a thumbs up from me. All right, guys, so real quick, I'll show you the screen here. Like I said earlier, it's very responsive. You basically touch it. There's no delay. You could set your presets. There's 3 different presets you can set. It's got a password on here. Not sure what that's for. Don't really use that. You've got your info. If we click here, so as you can see, my number 1 preset is set to 18 grams, which is what I use 99% of the time for my double shots. Number 2, you can set to 9 grams, which is what I use for a single shot. Then you can even have a third preset, which I don't use. If you go into the menus further here, you can adjust the brightness level. Mine is set right about in the middle there. Here in the grinding mode, you can actually change it to be, instead of grind by weight, you can change it to be grind by time. That defeats the purpose if you're using a grind by weight grinder, in my opinion, so I would definitely leave the grind by weight checked. And again, not a whole lot they're going to be doing in the menus. It's kind of a set it and forget it experience. So once you have your doses set, and for some reason my dose looks like it resets, so very responsive and very easy to set back up. But here I have it set to 18 grams for my second dose, third dose, not too important. Like I said, I just use 18 grams most of the time. So pretty easy to do. Touch screen gets a thumbs up for me. All right, guys, so next I figured I would show you what it looks like when you're setting it up on your countertop. Clearance is pretty decent. It fits right under my cabinets with this short hopper. You can get it with a taller hopper. If you don't have cabinets to worry about, if you want to hold more grinds, you can get the big hopper with it. But mine came with the short hopper by default. And I'm just gonna kind of show you what it looks like next to my Profitec Move. I think they look really nice together because they're both black. It's pretty big, so it looks like a premium grinder next to the Profitec Move. And while I have it all turned on and ready to go, we're going to grind out some coffee, weigh it out, and see how accurate this thing is. All right, let's grind some coffee and weigh out some beans and see how accurate the W65 is. I've got my Luca scale here, which weighs down to 1/10 of a gram. And I'm going to weigh out my portafilter here, zero it out, and then we'll grind some beans. All right, we have an 18 gram dose set. Let's see what it looks like. So it grinds really fast. It grinds these very nice even grinds, minimal clumping. Let's see how much we have on the scale here. So 18.2 grams. It actually showed me 18.2 on there as well. So it's set to 18. It ground out slightly more. Not a big deal. Pretty accurate. Puck prep, very simple. I usually just kind of do my finger leveling. And we're going to pull this shot and see what it looks like coming out of the espresso machine. All right, guys, let me drop my scale in, drop my glass. All right, guys, so as you can see, we got a really nice extraction, minimal puck prep. Like I said, the Eureka Atom grinder produces some really nice grinds, and it did just that. Not usually a straight espresso drinker, but this is a pretty good espresso. I'm using a medium roast blend from a local coffee roaster. I think it's from Guatemala. Pulls really nice espresso. It's what they use in-house, and I just buy beans directly from them. And yeah, tastes really good. Good result. All right, so I'm gonna do one more grind here just to see if there's any difference from the first one. Set to 18 grams, let's see what we get. Again, we got 18.1, expecting 18. Very close. Another really nice extraction. We got our 36 grams out in just about 25 seconds. Very easy to do with the Eureka Atom, as you saw. Once you got your grinds dialed in, it's pretty smooth process. Now, as far as dialing in your beans, you've got this adjustment wheel here at the top, which if you turn it towards the bigger number, it's going to be a coarser grind. If you turn it this way, it's going to be a finer grind. If you just purchase some new beans, it's your first time, I would definitely recommend going about as fine as you can get it, and then just kind of work your way backwards to get it coarser. Don't do anything too huge, but if you do 1 or 2 number adjustments at a time, that should kind of help you get to where you need to be with it. It was a bit of a process for me to dial it in when I first got it, but once it's dialed in, if ever, I'll just make a very small adjustment to like 1 number if I need to. And this all kind of goes back to dialing in your grinds. So if your coffee's pouring way too fast, you got to go finer. If it's pouring way too slow, you got to go coarser. That's a topic for a whole other video, but this is just kind of reviewing the Eureka Atom and my workflow with it and stuff. So this is going to be your friend when you first get started, or your enemy, but once you get it dialed in, it's not too bad. So to summarize my 6-month ownership of the Eureka Atom W65, it's been very overwhelmingly positive. I've enjoyed the grinder. It's been a great daily grinder. It's fast, it's quiet, the grinds are good. I haven't done a deep clean on it yet, but I probably will do that shortly after I upload this video, and maybe that can be a video of its own. But overall, I've been very happy with it. It's a quality product. If you're looking for a grind by weight grinder, definitely check it out. If you enjoyed the review, guys, give it a like, subscribe to see more like it, drop me a comment down below if you have some questions or to share your experience with this grinder. And I will see you all in the next video.